Confident that there's probably things there that you could benefit from that are going to make your business sustainable long after the pandemic is over.
And seeing that Mesa, the city of Mesa, is willing to provide the assistance to small businesses, I believe that it's what is going to keep the city and businesses that want to stay here in Mesa.
Yeah.
Please join Lennar in sponsoring Arizona Brain Food and their mission to discreetly provide a backpack full of food to feed hungry school children on the weekends. Your $20 donation can feed a child for an entire month and help them return to school every Monday, mentally aware and physically able to concentrate. All donations are tax deductible, and 100% of your donation will go directly to purchasing food for a local child. Please donate today at azbrainfood.org.
People that are homeless now, 6 weeks ago, would never have expected to be homeless. What we're trying to do is try and find as many people in the city of Mesa that are experiencing homelessness, that are susceptible to COVID, and try and get them into a safe environment off the street so they can stay safe and keep from contracting the disease and keep from spreading the disease.
I've been on the streets for 4 years. I don't have nobody. It's just me, you know, my family's gone. And it took me a long time to realize that I'm not the only one out here that is struggling.
I feel like I'm helping people personally, you know, even though it is through the company, you know, because I was homeless at one time as well. That's why I'm so happy that I'm able to be a part of this, you know, because I feel like it's just done great things for them.
We were walking to the motel room, and this was a couple I was working with, and the female asked, well, how long do we have to stay here? To which, you know, I reported that, you know, we're able to stay here as long as it takes to end the homelessness, and she just started crying, you know, right there on the spot.
It's critical to work with our community partners. For example, the location we're using is a motel. And this is critical because this is what they do. They provide housing for people. So we sought them out to have a place. They provide a safe environment for people to live in. Then we sought out community bridges to provide wraparound services and case management to help people get connected to services. So our role as a city is to kind of develop the program. We manage the program and we help people get their needs met, and we provide the safety. We have police officers here 24 hours a day to help provide a safe environment to keep bad actors from coming onto the property and to keep the people on the property safe as well.
It's a safe haven right now. I'm safe. I mean, like I said, this is my home until I get my home. And I'm blessed. It was a total blessing. And I give thanks every day because, I mean, they didn't have to pick me to come here. They could have picked somebody else, you know. And like I said, I mean, it's totally blessing. And they all been great. Without them, I'd still be. And I want to better myself. Like I've been homeless for 4 years, and sorry, I'm just tired of it. I want a home of my own.
Recycling isn't just a motion, it's a start to creating a positive change.
When you recycle, you're financially benefiting your community. Instead of paying a disposal fee, Mesa receives revenue for every ton of material recycled.
These funds help support many of Mesa's quality of life services,
such as fire and medical, police, parks, and library services.
Recycling also conserves the Earth's natural resources and extends the life of our landfill. After all, just because you throw it away doesn't mean it goes away.
You're also giving your items, whether a water bottle or a soda can, a second chance to become something new.
And even if it can't be recycled in Mesa's Blue Barrel, it doesn't mean it can't be recycled at all. Plastic bags and other plastic wrap can be recycled at your local store.
So you see, recycling is the start to a positive change. We thank you for doing your part for the community, the environment, and the future.
The weather's getting beautiful out here. It's time to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather and our beautiful desert. But there's a lot of things that we need to think about before we do that. And safety obviously is our main priority out here. The first thing would be to make sure that you properly hydrate. And I don't mean that just by bringing water out with you, because that is a necessity, but also start hydrating about 24 hours before you get out here in the desert. Bring sunscreen with you. Make sure that you get covered properly. Wear a hat with a nice brim on it so that you get a little protection from the sun. And also think about coverage for your body, because out here in the desert we have all kinds of wildlife that can hurt you. And lastly, make sure you have your cell phone with you, that it's properly charged. As a backup plan, let somebody know the exact area where you plan on being hiking, the time frame that you're going to be out here, so that if you don't show back up at the proper time, whoever you left that message with is going to be able to direct authorities to be able to start looking for you. If you apply those few things, it'll be a great time for you.
Mesa launched Mesa Moves last summer to ask residents what was most important to them about Mesa's roadways. The feedback from thousands in the community was safe, well-connected, and maintained streets that minimizes traffic congestion. This input helped the city identify potential transportation projects that meet these needs, including constructing new streets to improve connectivity in growing parts of our city, widening and rebuilding existing roadways, making accident-prone intersections safer, and adding more bike and pedestrian lanes throughout the city. This November 3rd general election ballot will have a question asking Mesa voters to decide on a 2020 Mesa Moves bond program. The program is made up of projects in three main areas: $1 general obligation bond. And if the bond is approved, Mesa would then receive an additional $62 million in regional monies. That's a total of $162 million in transportation projects to be built right here in Mesa. Mesa Moves will help fund new and rebuild existing streets and create miles of bike and pedestrian paths to ensure the city continues to safely connect people to places. For more information, visit mesaaz.gov/Mesa Moves.
MABLE stands for Mobile Art-Based Engagement Lab. MABLE came about from years of community conversations. We came up with this idea of creating kind of a mobile art studio where we could take these types of experiences out into the community and do them in different spaces, in neighborhoods, in parks, at festivals. MABLE is all about bringing community together, and she serves as really an extension of the Mesa Arts Center campus, and she really creates a space for people to gather and to do creative activities.
So I worked with Jen to design and build all of the pieces for MABLE. I'm really excited to see how it interacts with people and how people interact with it. The design of it was trying to be as freeing as it could be to allow people to have the most options so that they can figure out how they want to move MABLE forward, what works, what doesn't work, but giving enough options to make it usable.
It kind of removes barriers that people might otherwise have to engaging with the city. I think that's absolutely one of the biggest goals with this project, is not only to be creative, not only to gather people, but also to ensure that we have a space to comfortably talk about things that matter about our city.
We had to let some guys go because stuff wasn't happening as fast enough because people were holding on to their money. Contracts weren't breaking, so we had to just wait it out, and we had to go with cutting back office staff, and me personally, you know, making sure my guys were paid and not paying myself.
The City of Mesa allocated $4.37 million to our small businesses in the community. We were able to allocate 515 grants to many businesses here in the City of Mesa.
I looked at you guys, the City of Mesa gave me this whole third quarter paid for rent. You know, and other people that might not be a lot, but to us that was critical because, like I said, we were able to apply those other funds to help, you know, keep my employees going. My employees, they're not my employees. It's a poor choice of words on my part. They're my team members. They have their financial stake in this company, even though they don't have they didn't put anything, but they're putting their money in my hands to be responsible for, so that way they can provide for their families. So the Mesa Cares grant helped us out tremendously.
We are seeing small business here in the City of Mesa that have suffered as a result of the pandemic. And so with this assistance, he was allowed to continue and be a productive member of our community. And so we're really grateful that we have these funds to support our small businesses.
I hope other businesses see this and realize that Mesa is here to help support them. You guys have opened my eyes up to maybe I can get another grant, not through the City of Mesa, but through the state itself, just to help me retain or grow my workforce.
Hi, this is Mesa Mayor John Giles. I am in my car on my way this morning to get COVID tested. And the reason I'm doing it is not because I'm experiencing any symptoms or frankly I have any reason to believe that I'm going to test positive. In order for us to get ahead of the spread of this virus, we need to be able to do contact tracing as soon as possible and identify people who potentially are at risk of spreading the disease as quickly as possible, even when they're asymptomatic. To please go get tested, regardless of whether or not you think you've been exposed to the virus. This morning, I'm going to the Emory testing facility that's in the parking lot at Mesa Community College. I think a lot of people have seen it. You can it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can just drive right up. If you have insurance, that's great. They'll take it. If you don't have insurance, that's great. They'll say, please come in and get tested. We don't care if you have insurance or not. I'm here to show everybody that this is something that's easy to do. You're going to get your test results back quickly, and please do it. Here we go. Just a few cars pulled over to the side. Lots of social distancing going on. People having you park one space away from other cars. Everyone's gloved and wearing masks. So what do you need me to do?
I just need you to take your mask down for me.
Okay.
Look right at me. I'm just gonna go right on the inside of your nose for 10 seconds on both nostrils, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. And if I can just have you look right at me. And there's your COVID test.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
It literally tickles. Folks, there's no reason not to get COVID tested. As I just learned, it's painless, it's free, it's quick. There's lots of locations just like this one where you're going to be able to drive in and drive out. It's not going to cost you a dime, and you're going to be doing something good for society.
Through school closure, we have seen the negative ramifications of the digital divide in the city of Mesa. Our students who do not have access to technology have really suffered. They have not been able to connect with their teachers, to receive the social, emotional, as well as the social services supports that we're able to deliver electronically. Our kids back in school and learning and as normal as possible as soon as it is safe to do so. And that's why the access to the devices is so very important. And that's how we continue this connection to our students and keep the tradition of public schooling alive and well.
Well, we were a non-essential, so we had to shut down we were shut down for about 5 weeks. When you're closed for 5 weeks, You can't pay the bills very well when you're closed for 5 weeks. Fortunately, we saw on the news that Mesa had some money and available, and so we applied for the grant, and we were fortunate enough to get it.
Well, you know, during this time, it's very trying for our businesses, especially small businesses that don't have that conglomerate of money from corporate. And so anytime small businesses can get some funding, whether federally or otherwise, it's a huge help for them. You know, they still have rent, they still have electric and utilities and payroll and things like that they have to meet. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to be in business very long. So CARES dollars, I think, go a long way to help our small businesses thrive in Mesa.
Rent helped with telephone, utilities, and quite honestly, it's helping us pay our employees too. Oh, it's a game changer. We don't know that we'd still be open without it, to be perfectly honest.
The Mesa Cares Technical Assistance Program is a free program with one-on-one business coaching, training, and technical assistance services to Mesa-based businesses. Do you need help in signage, accounting, web design, just to name a few? We are offering free webinars, small group meetings, or one-on-one phone calls to help your business. Apply at mesaaz.gov/CaresBizTechAssist. All Mesa-based small businesses affected by COVID-19 are eligible for the program. Home-based Mesa businesses are also encouraged to apply. Need help completing the application? Call 480-644-CARE between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity to get the help your business needs. Apply today.
We're here, of course, to recognize the efforts of a gentleman who actually activated the 911 system to potentially save a life. The victim of a recent car crash in Mesa was rescued thanks to the quick actions of SRP substation troubleman John Boyle. John was performing a line patrol inspection at about Power and Warner Roads on Monday, July 6th.
And as I was using my binoculars to look down the power lines, both east and west, I thought I saw some movement in this car accident. And part of this movement was, I actually thought it was a windshield wiper. And I saw the windshield wiper move again. I saw a little bit of damage to the canal. I paid a lot more attention to this car accident scene. And when I saw an arm or movement in the vehicle, that's when I called 911.
Do you know who is injured or how many people are injured?
No idea. He's down in the ravine, man. This is like so crazy.
Now, we're already on the way. If anything changes before we get there, definitely give us a call back, okay? But we're going to be there pretty quickly.
Perfect. To help identify where the scene is, I am in a marked SRP single cab vehicle on top of the canal.
Stand by one for me, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to be there soon, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
And I approached the vehicle and administered first aid at that point. And what I found was a single occupant, semi-unconscious. There was a little bit of movement, and I made introduction to him and let him know that help's on the way.
You know, we see tragedy every day in our city from incidents that occur, but it's folks like you that make the difference in terms of taking action when you see something and take the time needed to get us there to the call. You truly, truly made a difference in saving a life.
What you've done can inspire people all around you, whether it's your family, your coworkers, the rest of the community, anybody who's watching right now, is when you see something, say something. When you find something that looks out of place, you know, take the time to call and let the professionals go and deal with it. And you showed that.
So I want to start by saying thank you. And it's one of the reasons Mesa is such a great place to live. Not only does the system work, but we have citizens who care. We've got people walking around the city paying attention to other things than just their lives. And when they make phone calls like this, it allows our police and our fire to then go and help individuals. John, none of that help happens without you. SRP is a great partner with the city of Mesa. We appreciate that relationship, but we really appreciate the fact that you took the time to make a difference because you helped save a life, and we couldn't be happier. So thank you very much on behalf of the city.
At SRP, we exist to serve our customers and our community.
Say we're all in this together, we'll get through this together, and so just continue to do acts like this that are so generous and make people recognize and feel supported in the community.
And to know we're not forgotten, and to also find out through this that I have another resource that I can call is truly outstanding.
I'd just like to thank Mesa for stepping up and doing cool things like this and helping out their community. It really shows that they care about the people.
just in case, not all parks have doggy baggies. Third, visit the dog parks, Countryside Quail Run, and coming soon, Eastmark. Fourth, bring water for your dog. Fifth, have fun. The parks are here for your enjoyment, just be courteous and a responsible pet owner. Now moving on to the don'ts. Don't leave your dog unattended or unleashed. Don't leave behind your dog's mess. Your dog equals your mess. Don't let your dogs get into fights or become aggressive. A responsible pet owner always keeps an eye on their dogs. This includes once they're free inside the dog park. Don't take your dog onto the playground or any play structure of the park. Remember, dogs have bare feet, so don't let them walk on hot asphalt on hot days for too long. And please remember these do's and don'ts when you bring your dogs to the park.
As you know, the city and the entire community has worked hard to revitalize the downtown area. And we want to make sure that momentum doesn't fade in these difficult times. And one of the strengths of our community in Mesa is the ability to join together and to create ideas and events that keep us going. So the city has joined forces with Visit Mesa, the Downtown Mesa Association, and our businesses and arts institutions to create some exciting events to inspire us, to bring us together and support our downtown.
So Councilmember Duff kind of convened a whole bunch of people to talk about how to activate
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Mesa Cares Small Business Technical Assistance Summit. I'd like to start today's summit with an update on the pandemic. COVID-19 cases, as you know, continue to spike in Arizona. Over the last week, we've seen daily increases by the thousands and hospitals approaching their capacities. As you probably know, last week, Governor Ducey announced that municipalities or cities could enact rules regarding face coverings that meet the needs of individual communities and help slow the spread of the virus. Many cities, like Mesa, took immediate action, and after discussion with our city council, Mesa's face covering proclamation took effect on Monday, June the 22nd. The proclamation requires face coverings when inside public buildings and in places of business, and when outside when physical distancing of 6 feet isn't practical. These rules do not apply when you're with members of your own household, and there are exceptions related to health, religion, and age. The full proclamation and a helpful list of frequently asked questions is available at mesaaz.gov/coronavirus, along with a lot of other good information. I know that wearing a face covering can be an inconvenience and uncomfortable, but I do believe that it is one of the best ways that we can help slow the virus in our community. As an elected official, it's my responsibility to take action based on recommendations from the Center for Disease Control that are designed to protect the public health. And I think that's what we've done. Cities across the state have taken similar action, along with Maricopa County, so that we can face this challenge together. The proclamation will remain in effect until the case numbers subside and hospitals are stable. Again, I just want to remind you that we're all in this together. I promise you that I will wear a mask for you and do my part to slow the spread, and I hope you'll do the same. Moving on to today's summit, I'm very excited to talk about the Mesa Cares Small Business Technical Assistance Program that went live on June the 8th to help our small businesses come back after being impacted by the statewide executive orders designed to slow the pandemic. The online application is available at mesaaz.gov/CaresBizTechAssist. Hopefully that'll be on your screen as well so that you don't have to remember that. The Tech Assist program is phase 2 of the Mesa Cares Small Business Reemergence Program. The first phase was the grant program, where we were able to help more than 500 Mesa businesses with rent or mortgage and utility payments for up to 3 months. Now, this phase is the Small Business Tech Assistance Program, and it will help qualifying businesses on a wide range of topics, from marketing and web hosting to accounting to human resources. The best part of this assistance is that it's absolutely free. To help explain this, I've invited Mesa's Assistant Economic Development Director, Jay O'Donnell, back to this webinar to help walk us through the program. And joining Jay today is Gabe Gardner, who's from Local First Arizona, who will give us a preview of the restaurant boot camp that's part of the program. Jay and Gabe, thank you so much for being here. I'd just like to remind everyone who's watching that this is a live summit, so if you have questions that you'd like to insert into the conversation, please feel free to do that. And I'll be checking my device to hopefully get those questions answered for you during the course of the program today. Jay, tell us a little bit about, this program. Well, first of all, welcome back. I know Jay, if you don't know, has been working full-time on the Mesa Cares program for the last several months, doing a wonderful job. Jay, this latest iteration of the Small Business Assistance Program is for technical assistance. Can you help us define that term? What is it that we're offering to the small business community in Mesa?
I really appreciate being here today. As far as the phase 2 of the Small Business Reemergence Program in Mesa, when businesses hear technical assistance, sometimes they don't always realize what that means. And when we say we're here to help businesses in a really customized way, we have developed a program along with our partners to do just that. So for eligible businesses, and eligible businesses can find out who they are in Mesa. You have to be a Mesa-based business, and then you just have to prove that you have a W-9. So you fill out a W-9, sign and date it, and send that in to us. And then you also provide one other form of document.
Does it apply to home-based businesses?
Home-based businesses are in fact eligible.